And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classic.
I'm Riley Wisman,
I'm Eduardo Esquivel.
and we're going to explain to you
3 rare medical conditions.
First, we have Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is a condition that affects the occipital lobe of the brain and causes impaired visions, such as missizing objects and miscoloring objects. These symptoms are similar to Alice's dreams in Lewis Carroll's fictional novel Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland syndrome can be called Todd's disease because it was discovered by Dr. John Todd, a British psychiatrist, in 1955. However, it wasn't until 2008 when Dr. Sheena Arora of Stanford concluded that electrical activity caused by abnormal blood flow to the occipital lobe of the brain controls vision, texture, shape, and size leads to the symptoms of Alice in Wonderland syndrome.
These symptoms are visual metamorphasia, miscoloring of objects, and missizing of objects. This can occur in durations of about an hour and possibly even several times a day. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is most common in children and can be naturally resolved by adulthood. However, when it is found in adults, it can be found as a symptom of the Epstein-Barr virus, EBV, which is the most common type of herpes. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is caused by migraines, brain tumors, epilepsies, hallucinogenic drugs, schizophrenia, hyperexia, and cerebral lesions. This occurs in an estimated 10 to 20% of the population.
Methemoglobinemia, or blue skin disorder, also known as MET-HB, is a blood disorder in which an unusual amount of methanoglobin is produced. This can cause hemoglobin in red blood cells to not distribute properly throughout the tissues. There are 2 types of inherited MET-HB. Type 1 MET-HB is called erythrocyte reductase deficiency and occurs when red blood cells lack the cytochrome B5 reductase enzyme. Type 2 is called generalized reductase deficiency and occurs when cytochrome B5 reductase enzyme doesn't work. The cytochrome B5 reductase enzyme controls the amount of iron in red blood cells, so in both cases there is not enough iron in one's red blood cells.
The acquired MET-HB, which is the most common, occurs after being exposed to anesthetics such as benzocaine, nitrobenzene, certain antibiotics such as dapsone and chloroquine, and even some nitrates used to keep meat from spoiling. While only a handful of people have this disorder, it can be treated by methylene blue, ascorbic acid, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and red blood cell transfusions.
Hypertrichosis, better known as human werewolf syndrome, is a rare skin disorder that causes the growth of long and dense hair either on someone's whole body, generalized, or on a specific spot, localized. This can be inherited or as a result of cancer in that area. However, in both cases, it is the result of a genetic mutation. There are 50 known cases of congenital hypertrichosis since it was first documented in India in 1826. That is as many people as Eduardo and I recorded walking through the B-Wing hallways between the period of 1 o'clock and 1:10 p.m. on April 18th, 2017.
Hypertrichosis is not fatal, so treatments are for aesthetic purposes only. Treatments include laser hair removal and waxing. Extreme hair growth, such as what is found in human werewolf syndrome, can also be a side effect of hormone enhancing, such as steroids.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long, caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan.
The acquired MET-HB disorder. I started with the hard one.
Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. Didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget.
I shouldn't pick this one.
That shined upon her hair.